So we all can agree that time is our biggest asset. How we use our time determines our outcome in the hereafter. And it's important that we spend our time doing actions that will only benefit us in our life and in the hereafter. Meaning, if I'm gonna exercise today, I'm only benefiting myself for tomorrow. If I'm going to work today, I'm only benefiting myself for tomorrow. What you put in today will be a direct effect for what comes tomorrow. What you do has a direct effect on what will come. If you spend your time wasting it on social media, watching videos that just has a bunch of knowledge, but if you don't apply that knowledge, it doesn't get anywhere. If you're just using your time, you're burning your time away, basically. It's like you put on a lamp and with the old-fashioned lamps that that had the oil with it. It's like you just burn off all the oil. Once the oil is done, that's it. There's nothing left. You have to work towards getting more oil for that thing. So it's like, if you don't utilize your time in trying to benefit others, benefit yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, then you're just basically at a loss. And that's why, if you see that you go about your day and is occupied with things that don't benefit you, you feel like you have a lack of purpose. And if most people who are searching for a purpose, they will never find one if they're indulging in these things. Because I'm telling you from my own perspective, my own experience, that I deleted Instagram. I deleted I just off my app. I didn't delete my account, but I deleted it off my phone. So I don't have my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Only thing I have is YouTube. But I remember one day I just downloaded it, and I swear to you, I was on the app for the rest of the day. My day was wasted in just swiping on watching videos on TikTok, on Instagram, and it was just like, nah, I cannot. I wasted too much time doing that, And so if you want to find a purpose in your life, you need to get away from what the whole world is walking towards and going towards, The norm of the day is now being on your phone when there's time. You just want to pass by time. But instead, if you use that time that you're just trying to pass by time in remembering God, in contemplating your life, or what's your purpose, why you're here, who is God, and just come up with ideas, just reflect by yourself, you will see your life will change tremendously, because you're taking an action that is better for you than using your time wasting it. And we will never get this time back, never ever again. And it is hard. Most people think that saying things, telling people to, like me telling you, it's easy. I can tell you all day long. I can tell you worship God all day long. I can tell you do good all day long. But the main thing that everything comes back to is act upon it. That's why there's no point in gaining knowledge. There's literally no point in gaining knowledge if you don't act upon the knowledge. And there's a bunch of knowledge out there in this world that is non-beneficial. It has no purpose for you. So it's like, concern yourself with that which will help you in earning in this life, and also earning the pleasure of God so that we can be in paradise in the hereafter. Work for your death. We don't know when we're gonna die, which is written for us. It's a certainty that each soul shall taste death. So with the time that we have, if you construct it in a manner, and you create a plan for yourself from the moment you get up to the moment you sleep, of how you want to conduct your day, and how you want to occupy your time, and how you want to worship God, and what actions you want to do, and how you want to earn a living, and how you want to spend time with your family members and your spouses and your children. If you create a plan, it'll be easier for you to understand how you can find a purpose in life, which is basically our overall purpose is to worship God. That's the number one underlying purpose. But within this purpose, you will find a meaning to your life, why you're doing what you're doing, why you talk to the people you talk to, how you talk to the people you talk to, and the relationships you build, and the advice you give, and the advice you act upon. Everything comes back to action, because your intention matters upon the action you are taking, you know? So your action is important. If you have an intention and you act upon that intention, you will see a result faster, basically. If you intend to do good, and your only intention is to do good for the benefit of the person that you're trying to do good for, or for the community you're trying to do good for, to please God. Basically, you're doing it to please God and not looking for recognition. You're not doing it selfishly. You will see those things you take part in come to you faster. And so have a good intention. Take action on the ideas that come to you, and make sure that you're doing it to benefit others. You're not doing it selfishly so that people can praise you for what you're doing, you know? And do it to please God. So it becomes an act of worship. When you do things to please God, it's an act of worship. So just being a good human being, and you're doing that to please God, you're basically doing an act of worship. So you're actually acquiring your hereafter in this life, which is what we don't talk about enough. And that's why we get distracted on social media with the brain rot. Everything is brain rot now. My children are growing up. My children are gonna grow up in this environment, in this economy, in this way of life, where everything is now, people of all ages are just feeding into brain rot. So keep your head up. Try your hardest. Try. Don't just say try and do it. Give yourself 30 days. I want to give myself 30 days and do this to the best of my abilities, you know? Do these things that, you know, I tell myself I want to do. I need to do it, take action on it, and do it with the good intentions. And remember God wherever you are. If you sin, if you fell back in sin, if you are going through struggles, return back to God. It's hard to do, as easy to say. So this is first and foremost to myself, not just for you guys. Whoever wants to listen, it's just my perspective. And if you hear me out, if you got to this point, just give a like, share, and share it with the people you know who would listen. Don't share it to people if you don't think they're going to listen, you know, because sometimes you cannot put yourself out there too much, where then you get stretched out so thin that you won't be able to trust people, basically. you put your trust out there and people people take away your trust, you know. So try for yourself first. If you find someone that you know it will be a benefit, then you share, okay? But always try for yourself first. Don't preach to people. Act upon what you do so they can learn from how you act, not from what you say. Once they have a question, then you can confront them of what they have to ask, what they're asking, and what they want to, seek from you. But everything comes back to action. Always look at the action, and have a good intention behind the action. So keep that in mind, and just comment any questions, anything you have to say, and I'll check them out in the comments below. And thank you for listening, and keep your head up. All right.